There's two reasons why I strongly oppose violence. The first reason is because it's extremely dangerous in this age of nuclear, chemical, and biological weapons. And the second reason why I'm against violence is because I suck at it. And about the first point, as I've said so many times before, we live in an age of nuclear, chemical, and biological weapons. Violence, therefore, has the potential to destroy the human race and possibly destroy all life on Earth. As I've said before, also, the technology currently exists where 1 billion people can be killed in 30 minutes time. I repeat, 1 billion people can be killed in 30 minutes time. Now, if this were 100 years ago, I probably wouldn't be bothered by violence as much, because when people committed violence back then, life went on. Now, you can have a global thermonuclear war, kill 1 billion people in half an hour, and kill the rest within a few days. I mean, that's not cool. With that being the case, damn, I forgot what I say. Well, whatever. Maybe I should end that particular segment of the video right here. But then again, I like to re-emphasize the danger. Yeah, the danger. Yes, I want to emphasize the danger of violence in a world where there's nuclear, chemical, and biological weapons. If we want the human race to survive, we have to become less violent, for real. If we don't want the human race to survive, we can just be as violent as we currently are and then turn the Earth into another planet Mars, where it's completely dead, with a completely dead planet with an unbreathable atmosphere. I guess I'll stop right there and focus on my second point. And my second point is that I suck at violence. Horrible. Yep, I can't do violence very good, very well, or whatever. I mean, if you saw me in elementary school, every time I got into a fight, I would get beat up 20,000 times over. Never won a fight, not even once. Yep, they just beat the living fracking crap out of me. That's how it worked. In fact, I would say it's like the war between the Earth Alliance and the Minbari Federation, and I'm the Earth Alliance. If you don't know what that means, watch more Babylon 5. Yeah, that's another point I could make. If I was good at violence, I'd probably think that violence was a good, awesome thing. Oh yeah, look at me, I can beat up anybody who comes to watch my path because I'm a badass. I'm not a badass now. I probably never was a badass anyway. But the point is that one of the main reasons why I'm not violent, or have a tendency not to be violent anyway, so the words, because I suck at it. And one of the points, if I did commit an act of violence, chances are the person I'm fighting would counterattack with far, far, far more violence than I'm capable of. And again, it's just like the war between the Earth Alliance and the Minbari Federation. They beat my ass 20,000 times over, and I don't think there's anything I can do about it. In fact, that's the main reason why I think that running away is the best defense. I repeat, running away is the best defense. And I don't care if people say, that's cowardly, man, you're checking it out. Frack you. I mean, at least I'm still alive, and at least I'd still be alive running away if I successfully ran away anyway. Yeah, and violence is another good reason to support the resource-based economy. Because as I've said so many times before, the purpose of a resource-based economy is to maintain the survival of the human race and life on Earth. And as I've said before, you can't, or as I've said in a similar fashion before, or whatever, you can't maintain the survival of the human race when there's the threat of nuclear, chemical, and biological weapons around. I'm not sure if I said that right. Yeah. Chances are, there's a good chance that a resource-based economy would reduce violence significantly. It wouldn't eliminate it, because a resource-based economy is not a utopia, but whatever violence there is will be significantly less than what we have now. And one of the main reasons for that is abundance. Remember, in a resource-based economy, everyone on Earth is entitled to all the necessities of life for free, without payment, without paychecks, without whatever. You just automatically get food, clothing, shelter, education for free. That's it. That's how it works. And if everybody gets their needs met, then they'd be less likely to be violent, because that's where a lot of violence comes from. People who don't have what they need to survive have to commit acts, feel that they have to commit acts of violence in order to get that stuff. In a resource-based economy, you get it for free, and being violent would therefore be pointless, at least in that area. And I think another reason why violence would be decreased in a resource-based economy is because competition is, let's say, de-emphasized in an RBE. That the focus is cooperation and peaceful coexistence, that sort of thing. And competition, at least from what I can tell, has a tendency to instill violence. At least not in every case, but it does happen. In fact, that's what wars are: competition between nations. And in a resource-based economy, everybody gets everything for free, and therefore there's no reason to have wars. Because despite what you may have heard, most wars happen because of resources. Because one group of people think they deserve the resources more than the other, when in reality, everybody deserves the resources of the earth equally. And war, needless to say, is very stupid, as Culture Club said. Let's see, I'm trying to think of a way to really get this point across, and I might as well repeat what I said before. The de-emphasis of competition and war being a form of competition would whatever. I'm having a hard time thinking, but guess I could stop right there, or perhaps not. Yeah, I think I'm going to emphasize my hatred of war. Yeah, war is the suckiest. And with resource abundance, access abundance, having war will be pointless, because everybody will be able to get what they want in an RBE. They'll get what they need to survive in an RBE, at least. Okay. I guess I can say that I like to again emphasize my opposition to violence, because first of all, it has the potential to destroy the earth, and second of all, I suck at violence. Although I will admit that if a person needs to commit an act of violence in self-defense, I'm not going to necessarily oppose that. That's your choice. But in my case, for my purposes, I still think running away is the best defense. And I would like to, if I were in a situation where I needed to commit an act of violence to defend myself, I might end up doing that, because I'm not the perfect pacifist. But at the same time, I still want to emphasize my desire to run away from a fight, because, as I said before, running away is the best defense. And then, of course, there are those who say that violence can't be stopped. Humans have an inherent tendency for violence. Well, they do when they're in a monetary system where you have to fight and kill people to survive. But the fact of the matter is that the survival of the human race requires us to be less violent. And it doesn't matter if violence is genetically encoded or socially developed, whatever. It has to be stopped for the survival of the human race. And if you don't want the human race to survive, I like to again say, maybe you should kill yourself, because you're contradicting your own charter, your own viewpoint. Because you're a member of a species that you want extinct, maybe you should make yourself extinct. And lastly, I want to say that we do need to end violence, because if we don't end violence, violence will end us, especially in this age of nuclear, chemical, and biological weapons. See you later, Ralph Nader.